Hello, my name is Stephen Thomas, and welcome. In some of my past demos, I've been demoing Vibe coding using GitHub Copilot Agent Mode to build a C# application. In two of my demos, I have used two different language models and compared the results. I have used ChatGPT 4.1 and Claude Sonnet 4.0. The first one anybody can access free of charge. The second one requires a Pro subscription to GitHub Copilot. What I found was the Pro subscription model was significantly better. Now with the invention of ChatGPT 5.0, let's run the same prompt that I did before and execute it using this model and see the results. Now ChatGPT 5.0 is a Pro model as well, so you will need a Pro subscription in order to run this demo. So let's jump in and see how ChatGPT 5 compares to our other executions of this same prompt.
Okay, let's jump in and take a look at Vibe coding using GitHub Copilot Agent Mode. And in this demo, we're going to use the brand new GPT-5 model to see how it compares to past executions. Now, this is a brand new clean environment. I have VS Code open. I have logged in to GitHub Copilot using an account that is a Pro user, a Pro account. If you don't see GitHub Copilot, make sure you click on the little icon on the top here. And you want to make sure you're in agent mode. And I want to select my model. I come over here and click this drop down. If you only have the standard account, the free account, you'll have a subset of these models available to you. In this case, since it's the Pro account, I do have GPT-5 available here. It is in preview mode. I'm going to select that. And I'm going to go ahead and paste this same prompt. This is the same prompt I've used for GPT 4.1 and for Claude Sonnet 4.0. And this time I'm going to see how it works with GPT-5. Now, all the other settings in VS Code are exactly the same as I've ran before. And I've simply opened up a new folder here, a blank folder called Deck of Cards. Now I'm going to go ahead and start this execution here. And the first step of this prompt is to go ahead and create a plan. So I want to see what plan that this agent is going to come up with for creating this application. Now this is working. It'll take it just a moment to come up with the plan. And once we create the plan, it should go ahead and complete all the steps without any additional interaction from me. Now to sum up again what we were doing, we're creating a C# API application to manage a deck of cards. Part of this also has a SQL backend for managing the state of drawing cards from a card deck. And the end goal is for this to create this whole application, both the API application and the SQL components for us completely automatically. In addition to that, I ask it to create a set of Postman scripts that we can use to test the application. So with that, it's coming through now and creating our checklist of the components it's going to create. It's going to create the data model. It's going to create the stored procedures. Next, it's got some implementation notes, the API layer, data access, error handling, testing strategy. These are all similar to what I saw with the other models that I've used, but this definitely looks more refined. It just feels more well thought out, even more so than the Claude 4.0 model that we were using. Some assumptions here, and I simply have to approve this. I'm going to say approved. And now it's going to go ahead and complete this application and totally build it for us. Now I'm going to go ahead and run this at 10x speed so you can see this go ahead and work. And I'm going to go ahead and come back after it has completed our application, and we'll take a look at what the output looks like. Okay, that is complete. Now let's take a look at the output here. So in general, as I was watching it run compared to GPT-4.1 and Claude Sonnet 4, it seemed to run a lot faster. It seemed to produce a similar style output, what I would say, to the Claude model, but it seemed to run very quick and very fast. It seemed very efficient. The files for the code over here on the left were completed within minutes. And then the rest of the time, the other 6-7 minutes, it was executing unit tests and correcting things. In general, it seemed to have problems with references. You need to download required dependencies, and the way it set some of the classes that it set it not to be the right execution level, so it could even access its own unit tests. But it ran its own unit tests and fixed all those problems for us, just like we saw the Claude model do. Very, very quick. So this is the third time I've ran this model with this prompt, and all three have had similar results at similar speed. Let's check and see how things look here. Have our API controller and components up here, deck of cards. We got our documents here that has our Postman collection that we asked it to create for us, which was great. Scripts, going to be our SQL scripts, along with our deploy scripts and our unit tests. Let's see if it created our SQL objects for us. So over here in SQL, this was the database I opened before I ran the prompt. Let's do a refresh. And let's take a look. Oh, sure enough, we have our deck of cards database. Take a look at our tables. Oh, we have our 3 tables here, just like we've seen before. Programmatically, let's look here under stored procedures. There's our 3 stored procedures. Everything looks promising here. Now, to recap, the GPT-4.1 model never once created the database model for us automatically. Now, only the premium models available in GitHub Copilot Pro have been able to automatically create these local SQL objects for us. So that's an important thing to note there as you're working through code solutions. So let's jump back to our Postman scripts, and let's go ahead and import our Postman scripts, see what they look like. And here it is, a deck of cards docs, import our Postman scripts. New deck, draw cards, and cards used, looks great. Let's fire this up and test it off. .NET run. And again, in comparing past results, GPT-4.1 rarely was able to be successful even after it completed. The first time I ran it, Claude was almost always successful first time I ran it. So let's see how the ChatGPT 5 model fares. I'm going to come over here to new deck, and let's go ahead and fire that off. And sure enough, it worked first time off. And like I said, this is the third time I ran it, all 3 times, 100% success rate in creating exactly what we expected it to create based on our prompt. Let's go check our draw cards. I would expect this to work as well. And let's go ahead and draw 5 cards. And here we got our 5 cards drawn just as we would expect. So we can jump back over to our code view, and everything looks great. It did come in here and say I could add another script to pre-populate one deck and echo its ID for manual testing, but we didn't do that. So what we've seen here is GitHub Copilot Agent Mode running GPT-5 Preview model, and it did a fantastic job. It completed exactly as we would expect. You will definitely see a step up from GPT-4.1, and I would highly recommend anybody that wants to vibe code, jump in and get the GitHub Copilot Pro subscription for $10 a month. Definitely well worth the investment. So with that, thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe.